Toobity, boobity, 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 goobity. All right, what is going on? We are back with another reaction video here on the channel. Let me know if you want to see anything other than reacts. I love doing reacts. They're easy, they're fun, and I think you guys enjoy them. If you want to see, full coverage on next season, let me know down in the comments, and I will give that to you. But without further ado, we are reacting to Cypher PK's ranking of every single season in Fortnite. I'm very interested to see this because there's a lot of Fortnite seasons that I have not played. Or sorry, chapters. So I didn't really play 4, I didn't really play 5. So I'm interested to see what he thinks. What he thinks is the right one. A lot of these Cypher PK videos are actually really good, so we're gonna be reacting to definitely a few of them.
Actually going to do this.
But let's
ranking every single chapter of Fortnite.
Chapter's crazy.
1 to chapter 6. And guys, before anybody pulls out the pitchforks, this is just my personal list. These are my personal opinions. It's not law.
It is law. You are the guy, bro.
So let's get into it. First, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about all the chapters. And
then
I'm going to give you my rating.
Okay.
First place.
Okay, daddy.
Or last place to first place.
Okay, daddy.
Chapter 1, of course, the birth of Fortnite. It completely transformed
arguably the
how
GOAT.
we view
Arguably
video
the GOAT.
games and battle royales. And a lot of people started playing Fortnite in chapter 1. A lot of the iconic characters.
Arguably the GOAT. Arguably.
The millions and millions of players who picked up this game and made
also, if you think
that it is, it all.
If you think that Chapter 1 is the GOAT, and you're like, no, it's the GOAT, and then you can't think of any other season or any other chapter, you don't know ball. You don't know ball. Chapter 1 was great, but
Fortnite OG and the numbers, the player count on the first 2 seasons is not too hot. It started off pretty strong, but really quickly we realized season 1 was pretty lame. I mean, it only lasted like 40 days when it first came out. Season 2, we got tilted, we got some minis, a couple new weapons, but not really that much hype. And we are playing through it for the second time. Some people for the first time. But in my opinion,
I mean, chapter 1 and 2 is just like
really pick up and start going crazy until season 4.
It's just
when the live events kick-started. And speaking of live,
I'm gonna mute instead of pause. But I think that season 1, 2 were like just it's Fortnite. It's fucking Fortnite, you know? Like, it's just Fortnite, right? And it's like, oh my god, this is sick. And then after they started to, like, make sick shit.
They were doing a lot with the loot pool, but between season 4
if chapter 1...
we had 4 solid.
Like he's saying here, if chapter 1 was season 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, GOAT. Undisputed. But 1 and 2, obviously, like, we're just not going to count those because those were, like, the first days of Fortnite. But season 9 and season 10 were fucking ass. Season 10 was the worst season in Fortnite history.
Seasons where the game just kept getting more and more players leading into the World Cup.
Yeah, the World Cup was sick.
Season 9. And the aura that Fortnite had was unmatched. I mean, it was main.
Did Cypher PK, 35 years old, by the way, just say it was that Fortnite was aura?
Stream.
That's
fucking
in the
news every other week. There was a lot going on. Now, has it aged the best after all these years? It aged okay. It has aged well, but have changed. The player base has changed. The skill level has changed. Some of the charm that was there back then is left in the past and has not stayed with it.
But that's everything.
We see that with
everything
going on. And people
it's like,
who really love Reload, which a lot of
it's literally like having sex for the first time or having a beer for the first time. It's like, oh my fucking god, this is the greatest thing ever. And then you do it 500 times and it gets worse and worse and worse. And the only thing, having a beer, that's... that never changes. That never changes, man.
As well, which are based on chapter 1, but it's the more modern take. You have the faster pace respawning, the more modern loot.
Why is he just glazing? Why is he glazing
and whatnot? Which
Reload
that didn't exist back in chapter 1. So, like, do we love chapter 1? Absolutely. Is chapter 1 going to rank high on this list? It probably will, but I don't know if it's going to rank number 1. Now,
I don't know.
Chapter 2 also broke a lot of records. It started out really slow. Chapter 2 season 1,
bro,
one of the worst seasons ever.
Wow.
Real here. One of the longest seasons ever. It's not really.
That's a bit much. I don't think it was one of the worst seasons ever. I think it was a fine season. but
really epic's
definitely
fault.
was not one of the
Yeah,
worst
it was,
seasons
there
ever.
was no content, and it also lasted forever. Like if it was as long as chapter 1 season 1, which was 40 days,
It was
wouldn't
COVID.
get as much hate, but it was like
It was COVID.
100 plus days. Now chapter 2 season 2, Fortnite really kicked things up with the NPCs, the mythics, Midas, the shark.
I mean, this
We went
season was
back there
crazy.
with remix, people loved it. There was less players on remix chapter 2 than there was in chapter 1. but
Yeah.
there were still a lot of players. Like,
Okay, why are we late? Why are we talking about this? Let's just talk about the
around
fucking
60
season, bro.
But
Okay.
chapter 2 season 2 was solid, but it also had the same issue of a bunch of delays. Chapter 2 season 3
Yeah.
with the flood was cool,
Gas.
it was unique. Had
Gas
some cool
season.
Weapons,
Gas
cool new
season.
mythics. Then we had the Marvel season, which
Gas
was just
season.
insane.
Gas.
Fun to play that season with a really good, event.
Fucking gas.
Practice. I was like, I mean, they broke the record for player count during that event. Season 5,
Gas.
at the time,
Fucking
it was
gas.
a little bit of a sellout.
No,
because
no,
of
no,
all
no,
the
no.
collabs. And yes,
Fucking
season 5
gas.
was all about the collabs. You
Fucking
had Chumley,
gas.
You had Master Chief.
I mean, we're gonna talk about collabs when this season is a fucking Star Wars season? Get off my dick. I don't give a fuck about collabs. You can put as many collabs in the battle pass as you want. I don't give a fuck. But when it's the whole season and every weapon is a Star Wars season,
But yeah, I mean, there wasn't much going
Fuck
on in
you.
season 5. Like a lot of it, was all about the.
Oh, this
collabs
shit was
and
gas.
content. So if
This
you
shit
didn't
was
like
gas.
The collabs, you really didn't like that season. And like Primal season.
Oh,
was only
awful.
Good for competitive.
Awful.
I didn't like the Primal.
Competitive?
I didn't like the
Are you
Matrix
kidding me?
stuff. I didn't like the new
Competitive?
POIs, the-
this was so bad for competitive because if you didn't land in a place where you could get mechanical parts, which was a lot of the places on the map, like Steamy Stacks did not have cars. I landed Stealthy Stronghold back in the day in competitive, and there was no cars there, so you couldn't get mechanical parts. Coral Castle didn't have mechanical parts. This season was ass.
The map changes for season 6. One of the biggest things for me is the map. Like when the map sucks, like it almost doesn't matter if the loot pool is
The map
good,
did
the
suck.
weapons are good. Like a bad Fortnite map can really tank a season. And I don't think, like, if you pointed a gun to my head and you said, like, name the POIs from Primal season. I mean, I'm not gonna
Bony Burbs, Colossal Crops, Spire. I'm that guy. I am that guy.
lie. I'm a Fortnite nerd, so like I know Bony Burbs, Colossal Crops, the one in the middle. I could probably
Spire.
remember if I think hard enough, but like there's just such forgettable POIs. Then we move on to the Alien season, which was actually really cool. The
This was
Mother
a good
15
season.
game
This
fun.
was a
It a
great
new
season,
addition.
too.
And then season 8 was a cool way to close out the
Season 8 was
chapter.
ass.
It was our
Season 8
first
was pretty ass.
Season chapter, so it was a little bit of a surprise, and we had a pretty solid event. I mean, the event for chapter 2, the finale, it probably would have gone down as one of the best events ever if it didn't like completely leak hours before the event happened.
Yeah,
But it was
season
still a
8 was
really
kinda ass.
cool event, and I actually broke my live viewership record on Twitch.
Good for you, bro.
So chapter 2 is a solid chapter.
Yeah, dude.
Our last
I think
long
it's a go chapter. Go
Chapter
chapter.
1 was 2 years. Chapter 2 was 2 years. Then we move on to chapter 3. Chapter 3, it's a 4-season chapter. Things shifted. Now, in my opinion, if you take chapter 3, season 1 and season 2, and you just package it as that, it's a pretty solid chapter. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, the later half doesn't.
I don't
seem
know.
too hot. So we started off great.
I don't know.
Spider-Man, solid
Yeah.
work.
The
Cool
first
map.
season was
Finally
dope.
A map that kind of felt like it was OG, but it was new. Cool new guns.
I mean, that's
Stinger
just.
SMG,
I
new
mean,
shotgun.
I mean
felt
that's just cap. I wasn't a huge fan of the map. I thought it was okay, but I wasn't like, oh my god.
Zipping
you know?
around with the Spider-Man mythic, that was really cool. Solid battle pass.
Yeah.
it was
It was
not
good.
a
It was
bad
good.
Season. It was a good
The
season.
MK was
Season
fucking
2,
crazy, though.
Not as hype, but we did get the introduction of Zero Build.
Nobody
And I remember
cares.
having
Nobody
a
cares. If
lot
you're watching this video and you only play Zero Build, click off. Okay, thank you.
of fun playing Zero Build when it first came out. We had the running update, the sliding, the mantling, and Zero Build mode. A lot of people came
Ass.
back
As far as
to
I'm
Zero
concerned, this is a very hot take. You need to take mantling. You need to take sprinting out of the game. I hate those mechanics. I think they make the game a lot like more dynamic, yes, but I'm not a fan, bro.
We had Catman. Had a lot of OGs coming
Not a
back
fan, bro.
who kind of left the game when builds got too crazy. Now they can play
You.
Zero Build. There's a bunch of Zero Build tournaments. The Hammer AR introduction was solid.
Yeah, Hammer
Chapter
AR was
3,
good.
Season 3, vibin'.
What was wrong with this one? I liked this. I liked
the
this
bad guy
season.
they were building up.
It was
really
okay.
cared about this plant lady.
It was
then, of course,
okay.
in season 4, the Chrome season.
Yeah,
my
this
skin
season was
came
kinda
out,
ass.
but the Chrome season was not it.
It was
and
ass.
To top it all
Yeah.
off, chapter 3 had the worst live event we've ever seen. It was a cutscene. The map just blew up, and then we played some creative simulator for
Yes.
45 minutes. Everyone was confused.
Yes, that was so ass, dude. I was in here for like an hour and a half. Me and my boys were just like, yeah, this is awesome. We're just gonna run around and then not be able to play the game for 3 days because it's downtime. Yeah, that
Never
was
doing
awful.
that again. I can tell you that. So chapter 3 started off really good. First half was awesome.
Yeah.
Last half sucked. 50-50.
Yeah.
Let's move on to chapter 4. Chapter 4, in my opinion,
Pretty gas.
was a really good chapter.
Yeah,
It was a really good
pretty
chapter.
gas.
I will say this. Let's not rewrite history too much here, because chapter 4 started with the most amount of game-breaking bugs
Yeah,
a
it
new
did,
season
yeah.
or chapter has ever had.
I mean,
You
I would
remember,
say,
there was
nah.
a lot of bugs. I feel like chapter 4 season 1 could be ranked higher in the grand scheme of things if it didn't have a bunch of game-breaking bugs, but it was still a solid map. The kinetic hammer was fun.
Yeah, the map was
Galva
really cool.
fun. The augments in season 1 were fun. Soaring
Yeah.
sprints, combine it with the exotic double barrel, fly across the map using the balloons. Very solid season.
Ass shotgun meta though. They had that
Season 2 was
infiltrator
also
pump.
good. We got
Ass.
Mega City, got the kinetic blast,
Mega
the
City,
floating
nah,
island. Look, there was a lot of
Wasn't a
cool
fan.
things going on. Solid POIs, solid map update, solid battle pass.
Okay, well, in everybody's like defense, Battle Pass hasn't been good since chapter 1. Realistically, like since the Midas season, the Battle Passes just haven't been good. Like they haven't, and that's just how it goes. Like I don't care about the Battle Pass anymore because the Battle Pass has never been good since chapter 1, 2 maybe. You know.
Chapter 4, season 3.
This was ass.
I
I wa-
miss here with Wild.
Yeah, wasn't a
The
huge
jungle
fan of that.
biome, not my favorite.
No,
The new
I
weapons
agree.
they added were okay.
Yeah.
But the kinetic boomerang, complete miss, completely tarnished the kinetic legacy there. We had the hammer, then the sword, and then the boomerang. The boomerang sucks.
See, I wish they would
the
keep.
mammoth pistol though did get added.
I wish they could keep movement, like keep the hammer pump. It was balanced once they balanced it. Like even like the Oni mask, like they kept the Oni mask for half a season, and I'm assuming that they're probably not going to come back with the what was the movement this year or this last season?
in
I
this
forget.
season.
But
And the mammoth
Oni mask
pistol
was sick.
is so much fun. Like it has so much carry potential for the season.
I
It
mean,
actually made the
it's-
season kind of playable, kind of
it's
fun.
fucking
I did
overpowered,
pull
but-
off a lot of awesome video content ideas during the season, so not too bad. But then we end with chapter 4, season 4, the heist vault season with the Kato Thorn. That
Yeah.
was a great season.
Apparently
That
this
a
was sick.
3 new
I
solid
never
POIs,
fucking played
3
this.
vaults, 3 bosses to
I
fight,
never played this.
mythics,
This is
you got the
this is the start of my Fortnite downfall hard because this is like when I stopped actually playing the game. Like there was probably a year here where I didn't play the game. So this is where we're gonna listen to Cypher PK and be like, "All right, bro, I feel you."
drum gun coming back after a while. So that makes chapter 4 like 3 out of 4. Like 3 really good seasons.
It was a good-
One
it was a good
mid-season.
chapter, bro.
That means overall chapter 4 is like a solid,
Yeah,
solid B
it's-
plus. Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
a
I
good
agree with that.
chapter. Only one miss is not too bad. Now let's talk about chapter 5.
Yeah, I have
Chapter
no idea.
5 Started off strong.
No
we
idea.
had
You gotta show me the map.
Chapter 5 end event, or the event to start off chapter 5. Which
You
happened in
actually
chapter
have to
4.
show
It was
me-
cool with the Eminem concert, but was more of like an ad for the new game modes that they launched. And here's the thing about chapter 5. I think that if Rocket Racing and Fortnite Lego, I think if those two modes came out better. Rocket Racing is pretty dead right now. Fortnite Lego, it took a while for updates to come in for it to be solid. Fortnite Festival
Is it
which was,
sick? I don't know. I
The
haven't
one that
played.
people thought wasn't going to be the most successful, in my opinion, is doing the best. It's doing well, but I feel like if those new modes really
I
popped
kinda
off,
have to see the map. I don't know
like
what this
super,
is.
super crazy and like held the player count throughout most of chapter 5, we would have seen chapter 5
Oh!
perceived better. But,
Oh wait, is this
chapter
like
5 started off
wait, no,
strong. Season 2
No, this is like fucking lavish layer and shit. Okay, this isn't
had one of the
bad.
best trailers
Yeah,
ever, but
okay.
with all this talk about the
Okay,
Greek god
no. Okay, so season 1 and 2 were like okay. I like they're B's. They're solid seasons.
and God of War, you would have expected a little bit more. You had the Zeus lightning bolt that got nerfed. You had the wings, which were also like kind of weak.
Yeah, those were fucking
It was very easy to
weird.
get shot out. Like you never really got new mythics beyond that. The medallions were okay, nothing too crazy.
Yeah, this is
going
when they
on.
had a
You
Grim
just
Gate.
expect
This was
crazier
all right,
things
man.
for
It
a
was
great
okay.
mythology
It was
season,
okay.
and we didn't get that. Like they could have gone all out like they did with the Marvel season and gave us a bunch of different mythics, a bunch of different items and power-ups from Greek gods, but they didn't. Season 3 with the cars
Did
was
not
fun
play this.
for a week, and then half the community hated it, half the community didn't mind it.
Did-
There was like some really
Did
broken
not
stuff
play
with
this
the
at all.
nitro and the
Not
fists and
once, I don't
gloves.
think. I
And
actually don't
season
think I-
4 chapter 5 was okay. I'm not
Fun fact, I did not log on for this season. I didn't even get on for this season. I got on for the chapter or the 5-3 one, like the chapter 5 season 3 one. I did not even log on for this season. Not even log on. What was I doing with my life? Gooning? I have no idea, bro. But I didn't even log on for this season. I didn't even log on, and I kind of regret it.
Live up to the
I kind of regret
the
it.
OG Marvel season, but they did a really cool job with Doom, being able to transform into Doom. They kind of captured a little bit of what it was like to turn into Thanos. The only difference was, you know, when you turn into Doom, it was like in the later half of the game, there wasn't a lot of people left. But when you turn into Thanos, it was in the beginning of the game, so you could drop a 30 bomb. But they still did a decent job with it. There was like the live events where you're fighting Doom,
I never
involved. That was really cool. Like, you got to give credit there. And one of the things about like the entirety of chapter 5, like they added the weapon attachments. I feel like they could have done a lot more with the weapon attachments. Like, eventually everyone just started using the same attachments, and there wasn't a lot of
no shit.
or unique.
I mean, that's no shit though. But like every single one, there's going to be like there's gonna be a goat. There's gonna be a goat, right? There's gonna be like the goat weapon attachments. No shit.
It did make sniping
like,
with the Reaper sniper really overpowered.
Yeah, the sniping was sick.
I personally liked sniping during this chapter. Some people didn't, but I personally really liked it. I think if you want to recap chapter 5, Fortnite got very, very experimental, and a lot of it didn't work, but they gathered a lot of good data. I mean, we do see them implementing some of what they learned from chapter 5 now in chapter 6. So chapter 6 just came out. We're 2 seasons in, not even 1.5. You know, season 2 just started basically, but it's looking promising so far.
It's not bad.
Solid map.
Good map.
Movement mechanic. The wall kicking.
Yeah, fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. Fuck all of this shit. Fuck all of this shit. You know how many times I've like built a little base up. Okay. 2 layers. Like spraying out of the top of it. Somebody fucking sprints up my back wall and fucks me in the ass. Not a fan.
They brought back hit scan. They undid the projectile stuff. I'm a fan of that personally. Chapter started off really hot. Bunch of new POIs.
It's okay.
Map.
This
season
was
a little annoying, but
it's
they
not
made
bad.
the baseball bat in chapter 2 less
Yes,
annoying.
the baseball bat.
Void mask, the
baseball
sprites,
bat.
very cool, very unique concepts. People do like the void mask and the sprites. The dill bits and the black market system, a little bit of a change of pace from just like the normal looting the vault and then just getting the mythics there. You kind of have the option to go to the black market.
I do like this. I do like this. It's cool.
With the new exotics, they're really putting in some exotics that feel powerful. The rocket launcher, the sniper rifles, the stink sniper, all that. Like it's really strong.
I like this. It's okay.
Makes for unique and fun gameplay. Battle Pass is cool so far for both Chapter 6 Season 1 and Season 2. Solid Battle Passes.
I don't care.
I would say Season 1 and Season 2 are hits. I'm a fan. We'll have to see if this chapter can keep the streak going in Season 3 and Season 4.
Ever since like Chapter 3, there's been like no really good. There's been like no really good ones, you know.
The video,
really good seasons. Sorry.
I don't know. I feel like if you skip, you won't really understand the context of my rating.
He's grumpy today in this video.
Let's start off from the worst chapter of Fortnite.
Okay.
I'm giving that to Chapter 5. The worst chapter of Fortnite. There has to be a worst. It's Chapter 5. A lot of experimentation. Projectile-based weapons. Most people like hit scan, in my opinion. There it is. Chapter 5. I could go on.
Okay, wait. What was Chapter 4 then? Because is this not like Chapter 4 was Grimgate and shit. No. What was this one?
I'm giving you a lot of reasons. So
I keep forgetting.
Worst.
Okay.
In 6th place. In 5th place, I'm going with
Chapter 4.
3. I'm going with Chapter 3. Listen, Season 1, Chapter 3, amazing. Season 2, not as amazing.
Really?
Zero build. We had a good loot pool. It was fun. Hammer AR. Season 3 and Season 4, complete misses. Complete and utter misses. I mean, when half of the chapter is a miss, it can't rank higher than that. So Chapter 3 in 5th place.
Okay,
in
wow.
4th place, I'm gonna say in 4th place.
Don't say Chapter 2.
You know what?
Do not.
In 4th place, I'm giving it to Chapter 6.
Thank you.
We only
Okay.
have 2 seasons to go off.
Yeah, that's fair. I agree.
Off strong. It could go up the list.
I agree.
For the sake of keeping it real here, we don't know how Chapter 6, Season 3 and 4 is going to be like. So for that reason, we're gonna keep it chill. Chapter 6
my nose is itchy. Fuck.
For now, with an asterisk.
Okay.
It could move up. Could move down.
Okay.
Stay where it is. In 3rd.
So wait.
place,
So it goes Chapter 5, which Chapter 4. Which one was, I forget which one was Grimgate and which one was, I think, okay, so sorry, Chapter 4, Chapter 5 was Lavish Lair, the other one was Grimgate. Like, I don't know, I just didn't play those seasons very much.
This is where it gets a little tricky. This is my personal opinion, okay? I need you guys to understand.
Don't say Season 2.
In 3rd place, I'm putting Chapter 2.
You are such an idiot.
How Chapter 2 had one of the best peaks of Fortnite.
You're awful. That's an awful take. That's an awful take.
Chapter 2 had also
That's an awful
worst seasons of all time.
Really?
Chapter 2, Season 1. no content, huge delay. It lasted 120 days. Chapter 2, Season 5. All the content was about the collapse.
So good.
Chapter 2, Season 6,
What's the
Primal.
season we're in right now,
map
bro?
update. Makeshift weapons. Primal
Makeshift,
weapons.
yeah,
Bad
they were
mythics.
awful.
So, in my opinion, yes, Chapter 2, Season 2 with the Midas update and the bosses, the mythics, fantastic. But you have some of the best moments in Fortnite with also some of the worst moments in Fortnite. And I gotta grade the chapter in its entirety. And if I'm doing that, and I'm being honest about it, I'm putting chapter 2 in third place, even though it still has
That's awful.
one of the
That's
biggest,
awful.
if not the
I think
number
it's
one,
first. I think it's the best. I think it's the best chapter.
Eras of Fortnite. I
think it's the best
now
chapter.
In second place, I'm gonna give it to chapter 4. I think chapter 4 is very underrated.
Chapter 4 is good. Okay, so
solid
chapter
seasons
4
with
was
one
like
mid-season.
Okay, that's
and to be
chapter
fair,
4. Okay.
The wild season was one of the shortest seasons we've seen in a long time. It was
Oh
like
yeah,
20
okay,
days.
sorry. So
even though-
chapter 5's like fucking Reckless Railway. This one's like Shady Stilts. All those.
It was kind of
like,
mid. We got the
Citadel.
Citadel out of it, but it was 70 days. We had a really good chapter 4 season 1 minus the bugs. Really good map. Chapter 4
Yeah,
season
okay.
2 was also amazing. Mega City, Kinetic Blade, and chapter 4 season 4 is just a solid heist season. A solid new POI, solid bosses, solid mythics. It's just a solid season, and the augments were actually really fun in the very beginning before they like kind of nerfed and watered them down. They were really fun. It's an underrated season. It really is. And now here's the part where people are like, oh my god, like nostalgia blinding. Like, you know, this is my personal.
It is the best.
I'm putting
Yeah.
chapter 1 at number 1.
No,
because
100%. I kind of do agree. Let me give you mine. So first, I'll give it to chapter 1. The reason we're all playing the game, like if the game came out and it was ass, whatever. Then it goes chapter 2. I think that's fair. I think that is very fair. And it's weird for me because like there's a lot of shit that I like didn't play, so keep that in mind. I'm going chapter 3. I'm going chapter 3. I'm doing it. I'm sorry. I honestly like. I think it might be just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's definitely not. 5's the worst, and then I'd say 6, and then I'd say 4. Does it just keep getting worse from here? I guess. So we're gonna go. Chapter 1 is the best. Chapter 2 is the second best. Chapter 3 is the third best. Chapter 4 is the fourth best. Chapter 6 as the fifth best, and then Chapter 5 as the sixth best. Yeah, you know what I mean. If you guys enjoyed this video and want to see more reactions like this, let me know down in the comments.